Let's head down to the coin toss now. And it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Kansas State is lined up for the opening kickoff. So here we go. He sends this one deep. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today. And down he goes, right around the 28-yard line. Second down and 7. Ball on the 28-yard line. Nice run up the middle. He airs it out.
I'd go right back to him. He's got the skills to make things happen, and the defense might not be able to keep up at this moment.
So let's see how the defense responds now. It's first down and 10. Nice gain as he works the right side.
That'll bring up second and 3.
He's taken down at the 23. So it's third down, and they're just inches away from picking up the first down. Give to the tailback. They go to the left for a nice gain. Third down has been the charm on this drive.
Now, it's been all about execution. When it comes to calling the right play at the right time, they've been able to do it here.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. Fires it out. They'll bring him down at the 11-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up
second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Big play there, and now they're looking at first and goal. And that's their third first down of the drive.
The defense needs to figure out a way to stop them, or else they're going to have no problem putting points on the board.
We're at play number 9 of this current drive. McClellan, left side. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And he converts the extra point. A 9-play, 75-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. So the score now, 7-0. Alabama gets set to kick this one away. Excellent kick. And they can forget about returning this one. Kirk, one of the top backs in the country we get a chance to see today. Vaughn's big playability makes him a threat to score really anytime he touches.
I love this guy. And let's not forget about his big offensive line. This is a group that really prides themselves in opening up some huge holes for him. It's also going to be difficult to stop him and keep him out of the end zone because you think about it, he's known for his big plays, the home run ability. So if you can limit those big plays, you got a shot at least at slowing him down.
And he gets the ball 25, 30 times a game, and he'll probably get that again today. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 43. He makes it to the 45-yard line.
makes it 2nd and 8.
Scrambling around. Fumble. He picks it up. Dives for extra yardage. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. Vaughn gains about 5 yards on the run. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Great job here converting and keeping this defense on the field. They're getting very tired.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 22. And they'll get him in the backfield.
Super job here by the defense of filling the gaps on the line. If you keep stringing out plays like that, you can really shut an option attack down.
He gets out to about the 14-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's stopped behind the line. So the quarterback keeps it on the option, but he'll lose a yard. He gets it up, and the field goal is good. They line up to kick this one away. Sends it sailing downfield. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
Brad, let's see if this offense can maintain the rhythm that they established on that last drive. Not just putting points on the board, but driving the length of the field to be able to eventually put points up. I think that's going to be important for them to try to keep that confidence going here on this drive.
From their own 27-yard line, it's 2nd down. Alabama is up by 4. And he just gets rid of it.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
Slings it, and they make the stop at the 39. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 39. He gets out to about the 42-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
There's a strike complete, and he's down. It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker. Takes a handoff, tackled for a loss. Picked up a yard, if anything, on that run. Brooks is back awaiting the punt. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Ball on the 23-yard line. Howard off the fake. And he got about 6 on that little scramble. Quick throw out to the receiver. Tackle made at the 42. And a great ball game so far as we reach the end of one. 7-3, Crimson Tide. Back to the action now here in the second quarter. He makes it to the 42-yard line. From their own 42-yard line. Second down. It's the tailback. He's at midfield. And he's tackled around the 48-yard line. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Here's a handoff left side. Gets out to around the 35. From the 35-yard line. First down. Grabs it and hammered right there. And this is the 8th play of the drive. Here's a run up the gut, but nothing going there.
Well, this is the kind of play you want to see if you're a defensive player, because not only is it a negative play, but this can really impact and affect the emotion of the game. Just looking down and looking at the energy on the field and even on the sidelines, you can see that the defense is fired up after that play.
Brought down at the 25. From the 25-yard line. First down. He's tackled around the 15-yard line. It's the 11th play of the drive. He gets to about the 5. It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Touchdown, Wildcats.
He's got a nose for the end zone. What more can you say? He wasn't giving up on that run until he was in for the score.
Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. It was a 12-play, 80-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown. Kansas State to kick this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And they can forget about returning this one. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. And he's taken down at the 41.
You like to see a team having success like this running the football. It can really open up things for the offense.
First and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Got him in the screen play. Tackle at the 46.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
Throws it in a hurry. Knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
First down.
From the 38-yard line, it's first down. Nice run, and he's brought down.
Called a gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Man left, man left. Three down. Back 22.
They try to get a head start there.
False start, offense.
It's so tough to move the ball forward. Even a 5-yard setback can do damage to a drive.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Slings it out, and it gets tipped.
This is a well-prepared defense. They know where to be, and they know what their opponent likes to do. Play tight coverage as well.
And down he goes around the 30-yard line. So the kicker comes out. He'll try to put 3 points on the board. Alabama is looking to tie things up. It has the distance, and he splits the uprights. And he's got to be happy about that kick.
Oh, no question. This kid is just a solid kicker.
And a 10-10 tie in this game. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He really got a hold of that kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. They've been like a couple of fighters feeling each other out so far. Let's see if they start to open it up a little bit more now. They go with a counter, and he's hitting the backfield. The offense couldn't get those linemen blocked, and they'll lose yards.
Well, here the defensive lineman did a great job at sealing up the hole at the line of scrimmage.
It's second down now, and 14 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. Tackled outside after a nice pickup.
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Let's go deep.
Has all day to throw. Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Oh, excellent punt. He's to the 40. Brought down at the 42-yard line. You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Zips it to the back. They'll bring him down right around the 50. It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. He airs it out. Touchdown saving tackle, but it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, they found some seams in the coverage there. Let's see if the defense makes any adjustments to counter.
Touchdown, Alabama. He got the handoff and knew exactly what to do with it.
They like the fact that they have a halfback who can pick his way so well through defenses.
And he converts the extra point. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He sends this one deep. And they can forget about returning this one.
Both teams are kind of struggling to take control of this game. Obviously, they're both very, very competitive with one another. It just seems that the lead is going back and forth between the two teams.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Got a man, they knocked it loose.
The quarterback has to be very careful, Brad, of throwing the football into a position where the wide receiver has a chance to get his head taken off. He threw the ball there, and it made it easy for the defender to be able to separate him from the ball.
He's taken down right around the 36-yard line. From their own 36-yard line. 1st down. Strike to his receiver, no good. Just throws this one away. We've got 3rd and 10. Ball on the 36. Pass complete and taken down immediately. He made the catch, but he didn't get the 1st down.
Yeah, right now, the way this defense is swarming, there's just no room for him to get upfield for the 1st down.
He puts it away, and it's a great kick. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. The offense now will take the field, and they hope to have the same success they had on their last drive.
You can bet this defense made some adjustments on the sideline, though. I don't know if they can stop the passing attack, but they need to at least be able to slow it down.
And they make the stop at the 27. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. And he's immediately tackled. They come out in a 5-wide set. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 48-yard line. Alabama up 7 points. pass is caught. The defense lays him out.
That's exactly that makes it 7 and 6.
And he's going to come up with a sack. He throws. The punting team's got to give their kickers some time. This punt goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. He's out to the 30. And they finally knock him out at the 46-yard line. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 46. Going deep. Nice catch on that one. Here's an opening. He's all the way home. Touchdown.
The wideout here truly knows what he has to do to contribute to make his team successful.
You've always got to be on your toes when you're covering this guy. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. And he hits the PAT. I have a feeling this ball is going nowhere near the return man with this kickoff, most likely to end the half. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line. So we've played 2 quarters. Good game here, 17-17.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Bruce Davis, David Pollack here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. Perhaps the most important statistic in any football game is turnover margin. I once had a wise coach tell me that the football was so important they named the game after it. Whatever that means. I think it means that you're not supposed to let it get away from you and give it to the other team, and so far both of these offenses have done a great job of that.
No doubt, and most games are lost, not won, and it's because of the turnover differential. You can look at the stats when you say that every single time, but you know, both teams doing a good job taking care of it. Both offenses executing and still calling a game, still scoring points, still putting up good numbers, but at the same time taking care of the pigskin. And they better value that thing because, yeah, you give it away and bad things happen.
That's it for us here in the studio. What are you going to do in the second half while the game's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to kick back and watch all these monitors.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on around the country right now. Time for the second half with Brad and Kirk.
All right, guys, welcome back. Second half just about set to start, and we're dead even. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And they can forget about returning this one. You don't want to squander any possessions, but maybe now's the right time to dip into your bag of tricks a little. Think about some gadget plays to catch the defense napping. Gets to about the 27-yard line. From their own 27-yard line, it's second down. He's going to go for the home run. This one will fall incomplete. screen pass. A yard, maybe 2 on the screen pass.
Wasn't a huge gain here, but at least you know as a quarterback that when you throw to this senior, you're putting the ball into some sure hands.
Gets to about the 41-yard line. Time's getting a little bit tighter now. You got to make every possession count. And he's tackled at the 50.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. And he hits him hard at the 48.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. First down.
He's at the 40. Tackle made at the 37.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. First down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brought down at the 21.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
From the 11-yard line. First down. He's tackled around the 8-yard line. Gibbs gains around 3 yards on that draw play.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
That's a gain of 7 on the day. That makes it 1st and 9.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
And he adds the extra point. Alabama ready to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Gets it out quickly. And he's taken down at the 42. From their own 42-yard line, it's first down. And he's hit before he can go anywhere. First and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Nice play fake. Trying to get it to the tight end, but it falls to the ground. Tackle at the 33. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a counter, losing yards. First down grab by the receiver, and down he goes at the 28-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 28. Ball gains 8 yards on that play.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throws, and that one's going to hit the ground incomplete. It's 3rd down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. They come out in an empty backfield. Just throws this one away. He gets it up, and the field goal is good. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The Wildcats have really surprised everybody in this football game.
They have not been intimidated at all, which is great to see. The attitude and effort of this team's put them in a position where they got a shot to win this game here in the second half.
They ran the ball very well on their last drive, and it resulted in 6. Alabama is up by 4. Finds his man, and they take him down immediately.
That's good for 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. Setting up the play action. Nice catch, first down, and he's knocked out.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Gives it to the back. Makes it out to about the 49.
Gain of 9 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. They'll bring him down at the 35.
First down.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Gain of 7 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. And they'll bring him down behind the line. Alabama is up 4. He's taken down at the 16. And this play is number 8 on the drive. He's on the run. The 5. Touchdown time.
He just put his eyes on that end zone and ran with some real purpose there.
He makes the PAT. They line up to kick this one away. He sends this one deep. And they can forget about returning this one. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. Here's an opening. A nice job by the offensive line, and they pick up a gain of 8. It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. Offense lines up in a 5-wide set, and the defense anticipating pass here. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they make the stop at the 42-yard line. Don't leave yet, folks. We still got one more quarter to go. 31-20, Alabama. Back in this very pivotal fourth quarter. Taken down as he works the left for a nice gain.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
From their own 47-yard line, it's second down. Gets out to around the 35. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Great execution and a good decision there by the quarterback.
Gets it. He's in space. And he's tackled around the 27-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's second down and about 2 yards to go. Takes it up the middle for a nice run. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
I think he's got a good rhythm going right now with his wide receivers. He hit him for a nice gain.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Here's the 8th play of the series. Quick throw. Tackle made at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and they'd love to get into the end zone and make this a game again. 5 wide. Pressured and brought down. And this is the 10th play of the drive. Flares it and almost had it intercepted. From the 14-yard line. 3rd down. He's pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And he's level at the 10. Defense stiffens on 4th down, and the ball will change hands. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. He fights forward to about the 10. From their own 10-yard line. 2nd down. Caught, and he's hit immediately. Good protection, and he's sacked.
Man, these guys can be aggressive. When you stand back there and take hits like that, you're definitely going to feel it the next day.
So no luck on that drive as they go 3 and out. After the sack, it's now 4th and long. This is a great punt blocking team, and it looks like they're going to try to get to this one. And this one is a beauty. Brooks takes it at the 49, and he's tackled at the 40. Well, the guys are chomping at the bit down there, waiting for the game to start back up. He's at the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Kansas State. So the kicker's going to stay on the sidelines. These guys will try for a 2-point conversion. He's got the 2. So with less than 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, our score, 31-28. Alabama. Kansas State lines up for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're 1 play away from a very different ball game. Alabama is up by 3. Fakes to the back. He goes downtown, and it's intercepted. Brought down at about the 27-yard line. That interception breathes new life into this team.
I'm not quite sure I would have made that pass. It obviously wasn't open. This quarterback's got to be more conservative with the ball when they have the lead late in the game like this.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. Nice run, and he's brought down. Complete pass and hit hard as he came down with it. They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. Defense goes with the extra defensive backs as the offense comes up 5 wide. That's a great tackle at the 39. He's at midfield. Makes it out to about the 40. First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Fires in a hurry. Interception. And he tackles him hard at the 16-yard line. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 16. Gibbs it right side. He gets to about the 24-yard line. Gibbs gains around 8 yards on the run. Kansas State's going to use their first time out of the half here. And they get nice yardage on that run. The defense might have just run out of chances with that first down right there.
This offensive line definitely left it all on the field today.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain. McClellan picks up about 4 yards on the play. From their own 32-yard line. 2nd down. And he's taken down at the 41-yard line. And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 44-yard line. 2nd down. Alabama holds a field goal lead. Back to the running back, and he gets nowhere.
The defense just met the blockers head on and drove them back straight into the runner.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. The Wildcats have to look at this somehow as a positive. Their star player had a great game. They just got to look the next week.
Yeah, it's tough anytime you lose a game to be positive, but if there is anything to be positive about, it's about that performance by this individual. He really did everything that he could do to try to win this football game. Unfortunately, the team ends up losing, but they can build to the future around his abilities for sure.
So that wraps things up for us. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you next time.